Hey everyone, welcome back to Crypto Cash. Thanks again for joining me here. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Quick update here for Solana. Congrats again to our community members for some awesome profits. This is fantastic. Love to see it. I did mention that a good entry would be 107 and or 105. Never came down to 105, so I'm glad we got some skin in the game there. Congrats. We took some nice healthy profits here for our premium group. So your Matic 25, RDNT 25, SNX 45. There we go. 24%. 3 days for Solana. So fantastic stuff there. Good trades there, folks. Happy that's working out well for you. And also note too, I mean, there was a lot of money that came into Bitcoin just now. It was like $1.6 billion. Sorry, $1.1 billion in 15 minutes or less. That drove the price of Bitcoin sky high. Okay, so that has a lot to do with the way price action is moving here. Keep in mind as well, Bitcoin dominance is at an extremely high point right now. Okay. That having been said, there's a good chance that alts could be coming down with the price action of Bitcoin if it does pull back. Okay, I don't think it will, of course, but simply put, that is something to be mindful of. But I'm not saying that's going to happen here with Solana either. Solana is kind of a different case here, right? It's always been a different bird, and we're going to talk about that. So if you're new to the channel, not a financial advisor, love to teach people to trade. I want to say thank you again to all of my community members for just making my life an awesome place. It's great to be able to interact with you daily. If you're not part of that, jump on over to our Discord. We do have a really cool group of traders in here and just an awesome experience. So I'm super happy that we're all kind of banding together. Trading is much better together than separate. Even though you're kind of trading for yourself, it's good to trade with others indirectly and effectively learn from each other. So kudos on that. Again, if you want access to those signals, cryptocash.tech is a site. I have Premium and Premium Plus. One is swing trades, one is swing trades and day trades. All right, folks, so Solana, let's talk about this here. Let's go ahead and jump into the backend data first. We can see massive amount of liquidations. I warned about this earlier too. I'm glad those who watched the video listened. I think there was that one person, of course, that thumbs down the video. That is probably the short, heavy person. They probably got liquidated there at about 111, but price came all the way up to about the 113.5 mark. So any shorts above that level, including the 117s from roughly a week ago, they are starting to sweat. Okay, and a lot of it has to do with Bitcoin, but keep in mind, Bitcoin takes off and just stabilizes. Solana typically continues to run. Okay, so we're probably in a situation where we could see the price action go further. Wouldn't be surprised. We also want to be mindful of pullback locations. We'll go ahead and talk about that on Fibonacci retracement levels. Having said all that, $99 and a trade ain't one, right? That is where we can see a lot of longs are averaged out, or they hedge their shorts with longs right there at 99. Basically just implying that liquidation levels to the downside are very, very far behind. I mean, we literally had to drop a 10% to get there, or 11 or 12 actually to get all the way there. So anyways, just saying that's probably less likely. So is it more likely to hit liquidation levels just above the price action, or to come all the way down to stop there? Really depends on Bitcoin in a lot of ways, but probably not too. And I'll explain what I mean by that here in a minute. We will, what I want to do is I'll just reverse the fibs here so we can kind of see next step, because the reason why I don't adjust my Fibonacci retracement levels just yet, because I get the question often, like, when do you change those? Well, this is a fib level based on daily closure, right? It's based on a daily candlestick close. So we kind of take a look here. It's based on the daily, and it goes all the way up here where the daily candlestick closed at 109. Okay. So again, that's the reason why I'm not moving it. I'm just simply adjusting it. So when you reverse it, you can see these other levels here. 1.272 is a really common area to retrace, and so is 1.618. Occasionally 1.414, but I think the 118 range is a pretty solid consideration for a profit target. That's really close to where we have one of our profit targets located for our current setup for our Solana trades. Because again, we took one profit target, we've got 4 more to go. Okay, so I'm confident we're going to hit those, as I've been last few days, of course. So we're in good shape there, folks. Take a look at the daily and kind of see what's going on. So first of all, nothing is different here. All of our moving averages are below the price action. We never even tested that. Stochastic RSI is swinging up. I mentioned this earlier today being a very, very strong sign. Obviously, Bitcoin taking off is one of the main catalysts here. Okay, we can't avoid that. But even if Bitcoin hadn't taken off, Solana was still creeping up and starting to establish itself, higher highs and higher lows outside of Bitcoin's behavior. So that to me is a very positive sign. We also got traditional MACD here, swinging upwards but hasn't fully converged yet, but it looks like it wants to. If we go ahead and close again, 118 or higher, we'll probably go ahead and see that. At this point, though, we want to just go ahead and focus on smaller time frames because we're seeing a lot more movements in the shorter time frames here. So let's go ahead and just get rid of these little guys here, those little X marks and spots. We're back up over the 50-day SMA. Fantastic. We were testing that earlier today when we looked at this last. Being above that level is extremely important. We're also above the 20-day SMA as well, and the price action is moving up here. So we can kind of see that we have no reason for the price action to pull back. or correction, if it pulls back, we have a lot more support. And we have no reason to consider shorting because of the fact that the price action is above those levels. Okay, so again, that's why I was mentioning today a closure at 107 or higher would be important. We definitely did. We exceeded that, right? We closed about basically just 110 even is the close approximate for where we closed today. It's really good news. Last but not least here on the 4 hour, just to clarify, we're no longer in that sub 50 category. We're taking off. We're heading towards 70. Money flow index is higher. That's extremely important. Stochastic is topped out. Okay, so stochastic, when it starts to pull back, we might experience a retracement. But again, I always look for the second, not the first. And so we'll talk about that later because we're not really close to that. But here at this point, we've been converging for about 20 hours now. That's a pretty solid little continuation. So again, getting above that 105, as I mentioned earlier today, was a solid start. So we had a lot of good signals earlier today with us being above the cloud. If we take a look at the cloud now, we can kind of confirm that we're in solid shape here. There's absolutely zero reason to consider a short. I know it seems tempting. Some people just have that itchy trigger finger, but pump the brakes, man. It's okay. You don't have to short your shirt off every single time something pumps. It's just, learn from your mistakes. Deal with the fact that we're in an uptrend and a market is going up until it confirms otherwise. We have to assume the price will continue, okay? Again, read the room. No, slow your roll. I'm talking to a lot of folks that direct message me sometimes because they're like, oh, I didn't do what you said, or more importantly, they're not waiting for confirmation before they take trades, or they're just literally trying to short any single candle that is very overextended. Overextension really means nothing at this point. Last thing I want to double check here, we just go ahead and double check our CC Golden Indicator on the 15. We can see we got some sell signals here recently, and tremendous amount of buy signals around the 102, 103 range. Okay, so we're still looking for that new buy signal there. When things are overextended like this, a lot of times you really just have to kind of wait for the price to pull back. So again, instead of shorting, wait for the price to pull back. Hypothetically, if it comes down to 110, we can presume that'll be a solid bouncing point for us. If not, secondary to that, because we're offset and we're above the 1.0 on the fib levels here, 0.786 or 0.618 would be secondary and tertiary targets. So we're looking at these guys here. I'll post this on our playout charts for Twitter, Telegram, and Discord, so you can kind of see what that looks like. And yeah, absolutely in pretty good shape here. So it's been doing really, really well here. I'm happy for everyone who's successful in these trades, and I'm so glad it's working out very well for you. Last but not least, make sure you do check this out here. Phenomenal exchange that we're using as a community. They are going to have trading competitions coming up here soon. If you use my link, you'll be automatically eligible for that. $5,500 in benefit rewards awaits. And more important, no KYC, no VPN. That's the main reason why we use them. So be sure to check them out. It's a community favorite here. Other than that, if you have questions on our premium group, cryptocash.tech is a site, link down below. Be happy to work with you there, or just reach out to me if you have any questions. There is a questions section on our homepage. You can reach out to me through DM on Telegram or Twitter, Discord, whatever works best for you. Either way, I do look forward to working with you. Hope you have a great day. Thanks for your time. See you next one.